This episode is like the best Avatar episode I've... Hey guys, my name is Taya, and today I'm here with another Legend of Korra review. This episode was so... Let's just talk about it, okay? I can't even get out my words for it. So the episode starts off with Kuvera giving a pep speech to her army, and she's saying how she's conquered everything and no one stands in her way, not even the Avatar. And that agitated me so much because Korra is capable of actually killing Kuvera. We saw it when she battled Kuvera. Korra can literally destroy Kuvera if she wanted to, but she's turning over a new leaf and she's trying to bring balance instead of just all-out violence, and it just makes me so mad that she's like, oh, I can even defeat the Avatar. Like, no you can't. No you can't. No one can. After that, she announces that she's going to take Republic City, and it's not a surprise because we all saw it coming, but I was just like, no. Why? We see a scene with Baatar and Kuvera, and he says that he loves Kuvera, and in return Kuvera says that she never would have been able to do this without Baatar, and that holds significance. I'll tell you why at the end of this video, but I was like, ooh, girl, you're not gonna say I love you back. We see a meeting with Mako, Wu, Raiko, and Korra. They're discussing things. All of a sudden, Sue, Bolin, and Julie rolls up and just busts in the meeting, and Raiko's just like, what's with you and interrupting important meetings? Bolin just doesn't care. Korra hugs Sue, and she starts telling her that she's sorry. This is like the third time Korra has hugged Sue. She hugs Sue like all the time. It's nice. Julie explains that she pretended to be loyal to Kuvera so that she's able to deactivate the weapon and stop her, but it didn't work. And she also tells that Kuvera's on her way, and everyone's all freaking out, and Korra's just like, don't worry, Mr. President, I won't let Kuvera take this city. And I was like, that's great. Korra's actually great. Bolin brings Julie to see Varric, and Julie apologizes, and Varric's just like, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. And then he orders her to go back to work, and Julie laid down the law. Julie's like, no, we are equals now. I'm not going to do this. And I'm like, good for you, girl. You go, girl. But it was so sad because when he was reaching out his arm, she started to like blush and smile and stuff. She thought that he was finally gonna like her back. I don't know. I love their dynamic though. They're such a cute couple. I don't know what to call them. Mako goes on air on the radio and sends out a PSA to all the people to evacuate, and he starts confusing them like the dork he is, and they start calling in, and he's just like, what? I was being so clear. I love Mako. So Wu steps in, and he actually gives a really good and comforting speech and tells everyone to evacuate. And in that scene, we see Tano. Tano! We haven't seen Tano in, like, since book 1. I honestly was starting to think, like, maybe he just evaporated. After Wu makes his speech, Lin tells him that he'll make a great king. And I was like, yes, because he's able to do one thing right. So automatically that means he'll be a good king. The way shows work always amaze me. But what I noticed is Will was able to take action and there was no girls around, and in the previous episode, was it the previous one? Or was it? Yeah, it was the previous one. He said that everything he does is to impress the ladies, but there was no hot ladies. I mean, there was Lin, but she's too old for him. There's no ladies around to impress, so that actually shows that Wu is growing as a person. Tenzin comes in to get his family, and Pema's like, nah man, we stay in. We dedicated to this city. This is our city. And Pema's just like, yeah, we'll help, she'll help them evacuate people out of the city, and Tenzin tells the kids that they're gonna help do something, whatever. So we see a scene with everyone at their stations doing what they're doing, and Iroh 2.0 comes in, and I'm like, yes, I love Iroh. Not only does he sound exactly like Zuko, but he just, some of the things he does reminds me of Zuko. Well, I don't want to sound stupid. I know they're both voiced by Dante Bosco. I was just saying, like, in the show, they're supposed to sound similar. Raiko's hiding out in the temple, and Team Avatar comes in, and they're basically talking about how they want to jump Kuvira before she even gets there. Well, not jump her, but take out the super weapon before she gets there. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. The team is back. The crew with a K. Team Avatar 2.0 is back in business, yes. At first Tenzin was skeptical, but in the end Korra got her way, of course, because she's Korra. So it cuts to a scene where Kuvira is coming up with her soldiers, and she has a giant freaking Vegas suit thing. She straight up murders the soldiers. She just murders them brutally with the beam. Oh my god. Team Avatar comes traveling in by Bison, and it was so reminiscent of the last Airbender series. So reminiscent. I cannot explain to you how reminiscent it was. They are a fine looking group of friends. Like, if I saw people like that in real life, I'd want to be their friends. Kuvira spots the Bison, automatically assumes it's the Avatar because, you know, it's not like Airbenders travel by Bison. No, it's only the Avatar that can travel by Bison. She tries to straight up kill Team Avatar. She says no one can stop us. I'm like, wow, she's actually horrible. Team Avatar comes back to Republic City and tells Raiko, Tenzin, and Lin about Kuvira's crazy ass. And Raiko tells Lin to call General Iroh, and Tenzin tells Pema to go help Wu evacuate the people in the city. Everyone besides Korra decides to go back to Asami's factory to see if the hummingbirds are up and running, and Korra decides to go help General Iroh as well. We have a scene showing where everyone is and what they're doing, and we finally see Kai. Kai has been absent since episode 1 in book 4, and finally we see him once again. Kuvira and her army marches in and threatens to take Republic City. Raiko orders Kuvira to stand down, and she's like, you are in no position to talk to me like that, basically is what she said. And I was like, why is Raiko trying to get her to step down? Like, she actually has a weapon that could destroy everything and everyone. Who does he think he is? The Avatar? To show that she means business, Kuvira blasts a beam at the boats and shoots everyone in the water. Well, not everyone, only General Iroh's people. And they're all scrambling to get help from the airbenders. I was like, oh my god, why would she do that? Raiko ends up releasing Republic City because he decides it's not worth all this killing and stuff. I'm like, Raiko actually does something for once that's beneficial towards his people instead of trying to destroy everything and everyone. Kuvira demands that the army and the Avatar is delivered to her, and Korra's just like, well, nah, I'm not going with her. Iroh 2.0 tells Korra to find a way to beat her, and she's like, yes, I will. And she said that with determination in her voice. And with that, she escapes to the city. Bataar finds the president's whereabouts and heads over there to discuss the handing over of the city. Korra goes to tell everyone that Raiko surrendered. Asami mentions that they might be able to cripple the weapon, so she asks Zhu Li if she knew anything about it, and Zhu Li ain't know nothing. And Varric's just like, Bataar is a better inventor than I thought. Don't tell him I said that because, you know, they were all gonna tell him, obviously. Korra suggests to capture Bataar and ask all the airbenders except for Milo to come in. He looked so heartbroken, and Big Sister Korra just steps in and is like, oh, sorry buddy, you're too loud. He yells, I can be quiet, and then he farts, and he's just like, point taken. That was so cute. I love Big Sister Korra. Big Sister Korra for the win. Tenzin, Bumi, and Korra break in to kidnap Bataar like a boss. Super stealthy. Korra's all like doing this and stuff like that. Super stealthy. They bring Bataar to the factory and try to get him to talk, and Korra tries to scare him with the Avatar state. I was literally like about to pee my pants. That, like, if I was Bataar, I would have been peed my pants. That would have scared me to actual death. Korra looks so scary when she's in the Avatar state. Like, oh my god, I don't know how he didn't crack. Yeah, he calls Korra's bluff, and Sue decides she wants to talk to him. While that's happening, Kuvera's soldier shows up to Raiko and Lin to discuss the city and everything, and finds out Baatar he isn't there. Raiko's just like, what's wrong? And the guard was so polite. Like, he's just like, oh, excuse me, sir. Like, just 1 minute, sir. So nice. The guard tells Raiko and Lin that they don't know where Baatar is, and Sue and Raiko was just like, what? Not Sue and Raiko. I meant Lin and Raiko. Y'all know that. Sue tries to talk to Baatar Jr. He's just stone cold. He will not talk to his mom. Sue's just like, I don't know what I did to hurt you, but I'm sorry. And she asked him to come home because everyone misses him and just wants him to stop acting like a little baby. He like leans in and he's like, Kuvera's my family now. I'm like, it's over, Baatar. You literally just, that was your last chance. Last chance. Korra steps in and she threatens to take away the only thing that he cares about and love, which is Kuvera. Baatar, let me tell you, Baatar's face hella changed when she said that. This is when he actually starts to fear what everyone is saying and what's going on. He loves Kuvera, and in his mind, the thought of having her being taken away is just too great to bear. Korra tells him that wherever she runs, she will take Baatar with him. And at this point, Baatar is actually afraid now. What I liked about this scene is Korra sounded like she spoke from the heart. It really shows her past experience with being absent from her friends and family for 3 years. And I say family because I know she was with her biological family, but the people in Republic City has become her family. So yes, friends and family. She knows what that heartbreak is like, and she knows that it's something no one would ever want to feel. So Korra says she won't do that if Baatar could convince Kuvera to leave the United Republic alone. We see a scene with Raiko talking to Kuvera, and he sounds super annoyed that Baatar is missing. And Korra intercepts the call to let Baatar talk to Kuvera. Baatar tells Kuvera that he's been captured and Korra won't let her go unless she surrenders. The things that Kuvera asks is if he's injured and if the Avatar is there, and that is very important. We will get to why in a couple of minutes. She tells the guard to find out where the radio signal is coming from, and that's when Baatar says let's just go home, Kuvera. We have the Earth Empire and it's not worth risking our whole life together over this. Kuvera says you're right. It isn't worth sacrificing our life together. I love you, Baatar. That's when this crazy ass motherfucker Kuvera points the super weapon at them. I kid you not. My heart was heavy. Arms spaghetti. Knees weak. I think I said that out of order. But whatever. Baatar says she wouldn't, and that's when you could tell. The moment he said that, his face, you could just tell he done messed up. He realized Kuvera would stop at nothing to achieve her dream of uniting the Earth Empire, and he knew he had messed up. Mako points out that Kuvera is right there pointing the super weapon, and Korra turns around and she yells, everyone get out, now, now, and she just screams it. And Kuvera blasts the whole entire building, the whole entire factory. She just blasts and they're all running and oh my god. Oh, Sue says she'll check for survivors, and the last scene is Kuvera breathing in and then breathing out and composing herself again. Words cannot explain to you the level of absolute chaotic feelings that were in my body at this point in time. Okay, let's calm down. Calm down. Let's talk about some theories and speculation. So, a big thing that's floating around the internet, Tumblr right now is, does Kuvera actually love Baatar? My take on it, personal take, I feel like this is completely what you think, like your own opinion. I personally feel like she does not love Baatar. I think she's in love with the idea of being in love with Baatar, but ultimately she is more focused on her goals and her dreams of uniting the Earth Kingdom, and if Baatar stands in that way, then it doesn't matter. And to me, love is something you're willing to put anything on the line for, as Baatar was for Kuvera, and if she's not willing to do the same, then that isn't love. Again, it's totally open for interpretation, I feel like, and you know, you could totally believe that she loves him, which is cool. But yeah, I personally don't feel like she does. Now, if you've seen the preview for the next episode, you see that they're carrying out Batar. Is he alive? And if so, what do you think he'll do? Personally, I think he is going to break away from Kuvira, realize his family is more important, and stop being such a fuckboy. Now, this episode was great because it really enforces to me that Kuvira is a lot like Azula. And Azula was very, very professional, I guess you could say, up until the very end. And that is the same thing that Kuvira is doing. Eventually, I think we'll see in Day of the Colossus and The Last Stand, I think is what the very last episode is called, that she is going to have some sort of mental breakdown. I know a lot of people drew these connections, but I felt a little like snippet of Attack on Titan in this episode because, you know, the next episode is called Day of the Colossus. Colossal Titan. I don't know, it just kind of felt like Attack on Titan to me. I saw a really cool fan art. I'll put it on the video if I can find it. But it was a really cool fan art of Attack on Titan and Legend of Korra crossover, so yeah. And now we finally know where the domes went for Zaofu because metal is a man-made substance. If they don't have enough metal, they can't build this whole colossal mega suit. And where are they going to get all that metal? Because they can't just manufacture that much metal for that big of a mega suit in that small amount of time. So I think she tore down the domes and used it for that. Which was a pretty smart move on her part. Yeah, so that's my review. If you're wondering why it's coming out Saturday, because I uploaded the episode 10 review yesterday. I didn't want to upload 2 reviews on one day because that felt really weird. So this one is for right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions for any other series I could review, please comment. It'd be much appreciated because right now I'm kind of at a loss. Just make sure it's a very interesting TV show. It can't be like a sitcom because sitcoms are terrible TV shows. And yeah, just please, I appreciate it a lot. Also, check out my social media. All down below, Tumblr, Twitter, you know, everything's down below. Also, trying to get 100 subscribers by Christmas Day, so if you want, you can subscribe, but also if you don't want, you don't have to subscribe. Totally fine with me. And again, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I can't, like, say enough because, I mean, I don't know, I work hard to get these videos done. I mean, these are very, very long videos, so I'm just prolonging it by talking, but yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna go. See you later, alligator.